Hey, good morning, Morena. How are you? Hope you're doing well and awesome wherever you are on this truly amazing planet that we, my friends, have the opportunity to exist on. Good morning, Morena. My name is Te Grace. I am a TPC Mindset Coach, Thought Process Conditioning Mindset Coach, or a IBT, which is Image Behavioral Therapist. So what you'll find is, ladies and gentlemen, is that all is imagery. In regards to images that appear in your mind, what that image eventually, if it's held long enough, will actually become an emotion. That emotion will eventually affect your biology, and then you will most likely take action on that emotion, which really starts with what we call the TMIs, thoughts and mental images that are processing in your mind. The ultimate goal as a TPC Mindset Coach is to help people condition their mindsets towards achieving the goals they want to achieve, living the life that they want to live, and becoming the person that they have been designed to become. So what you find is your mind is always being conditioned either to work for you or against you. And the TPC 4P mindset flow is a very good methodology or structure to help people understand, firstly, how TMIs, how thoughts and mental images process in their minds. Excuse me. And from the first TPC P, which is process, the second P is perception. So thoughts and mental images that process in your mind simply become your perception. Your perception really is you painting images, little images that become, I would say, eventually one big finished picture or image. Now that image is how you're going to perceive life. And people don't realize that all is imagery. And if you look at the first communication of the ancient world and ancient people, was them actually etching images on a rock to communicate. And obviously, as we have now evolved, that written word has taken the place of that ancient way of communicating. So, for example, if I say the word apple, an image is automatically going to come to your mind. Everything, the clothes that you're wearing, the car that you're driving, the home that you're living in, first started as a mental image in someone's mind. And so images are so powerful. They're either going to draw you to, images are like a magnet that are going to draw you to it or against or away from it, which is now not a magnet. But so the second P of TPC, the 4P mindset flow, is perception, and what you perceive is what you're going to feel, and what you feel is really what you're going to project. What you find is if you're around people who have images of happiness, and you're like, oh, I feel good around this person, or if you're in a group of people, and you'll find is that it's really groups of people that transmit a lot more images, because we call that collective imagery. And so if you're in a group of people and you're all feeling great, and you walk into the room and you feel great too. Why? Because the collective imagery is really projecting that. Around someone who's happy, do you feel happy too? Because that's the image that is processing in their mind. And so from perception is obviously the third TPCP, which is project. So what you're projecting. And it's quite interesting if you look at quantum physics. Einstein, one of the great minds of the century, or decade, or century, not too sure. What he said is that the particle he's referring to, we as humans made out of atoms and particles. Einstein, his quote was, "We are made out of the particle." The field, referring to the quantum field, is the sole governing agent of the particle. So what you actually project into the unlimited potential of the quantum field is eventually what you're going to produce. And what you find is that if you're projecting good images, eventually, if that's a constant conditioned pattern, you're going to draw on, obviously that's a very strong image signal and projection that's eventually going to materialize in what we call the quantum field, and then produce that in your life. But it all begins and ends with the TMIs, thoughts and mental images that is processing in your mind. Remember this here, where the mind goes, where your mind goes, your life is sure to follow. Have a good night, morning or afternoon, wherever you're on this planet.